Would you like to learn how to build a burning desire under your dream to draw it into reality? In this video, you'll learn exactly how to do it. Hello, and welcome to Sister Joy's Book Club for Success. And I am yours truly, Sister Joy. And in this video, I want to talk to you again about the power of developing a burning desire to achieve your goals in life. And I know I've been talking about it in the last few videos, but you know, repetition, they say, is the mother of invention. Because the more you hear it over and over and over and over again, it'll seep into your subconscious mind and take effect. So today I'm using 3 great books. We'll be talking from, of course, the Holy Bible, which is number 1, and also the Law of Success, one of the most successful classic self-help books in the nation that has helped to make more millionaires, billionaires, and successful people than any other book in the world. And lastly, but most importantly, is another famous book written by Napoleon Hill and Dr. Dennis Kimbro, called Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice. Now, isn't that something all of us want to do? I mean, who wants to live in poverty, lack, and limitation? I know I don't. How about you? Well, today we want to talk about the burning desire, because having a desire is the first step to achieving your dream. Well, you know, all of us have desires. We have wants, we have needs, but many of them never come true. Why is that, Sister Joy? It is because you must make that desire a burning desire. What do I mean by burning? It has to be so top of the mind that you are thinking about it morning, noon, and night. You're thinking about it, speaking about it, seeing it, bringing it into manifestation. You start to take on, once you start to do that over and over and over again, see it, feel it, speak it, you start to be it. And that's what we want to do in helping you to achieve your dreams. The very first thing we want to find out is, what is your dream? What is it? What is it that just keeps gnawing at you and tugging at you and knocking at the door of your heart? I say knocking at the door of your heart. That's the Lord. He's trying to say, open up the door and let me in. So that's what you've got to do. First thing you want to do is sit down and write out, what is my dream? Write it out, because writing has power. When you put pen to paper, things start to happen. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to write it out and concentrate. I'm going to bring that up right here, because if you want to be great, you got to concentrate. Don't pick 2, 3, 4, 5 things, which is what I used to do. And you know, the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Oh, today I'm doing this and tomorrow I'm doing that. And you know what? You become a jack of all trades and a master of none. And I know that's true. So you must choose one thing at a time. And then you can concentrate. And if you can concentrate on it, if you want to be great, you have to concentrate. And that's the first step to developing a burning desire to bring your dream into manifestation. Well, what is it that you want? I mean, could be health. Some people say, oh, Lord, if I could just get my health back. Well, you can. You can, because it's already been shown that it's been done. In fact, there was a French doctor. His last name was Coué. I think it was Emmanuel Coué. And he came to America and helped thousands of people to recover their health, because they would sit in the windows every day and say, day by day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. That's what he told them to say, and they said it, and they believed it, and they said it over and over and over and over again with repetition until it sank down into their consciousness, and guess what? They got well. And there were also thousands who didn't. But the ones who didn't, it was because they didn't believe it. Oh, that ain't gonna work. You ever hear people say that? Oh, that ain't nothing. That don't work. Okay, let them go back to where they were, which is nowhere, you know. But you have to work at helping yourself to grow and to get better. That's why these courses are self-help courses. And that's what has helped me all my life. It helped a lot of people. I think about Dr. George Washington Carver. In fact, they did a story in this chapter on desire in Think and Grow Rich. They talk about Dr. Carver. Oh, what a great scientist. I think he was one of the greatest, if not the greatest scientist in the world. In fact, he helped to save the South with his peanut, because their soil had been depleted from cotton and they didn't know what to do. And Dr. Carver came up with the idea of how to revitalize the soil. In fact, he came up with 300 different ways to use the peanut. And he always said, anything you love enough will reveal itself to you. And that's true of our dreams and our goals. If we love them enough, if we love it enough, we can bring it into manifestation. Dr. Carver also said something else that I want to say here. He said 95% of all failures is due to people accepting excuses for themselves. I ask you, do you make excuses for being sick all the time? Do you make excuses for not having the money substance that you need or want? Do you make excuses for not achieving the things that you know good and well in your heart you could do? Well, we have to overcome those excuses, and that's what this show is all about. And here's the sign I put on my door. I keep it up there. And I want you to read it. It says, you lack nothing, so use what I gave you. And it's signed God. And isn't that the truth? We just loaded with talents and abilities and skills, but we're hiding our light under a bushel. You know, he said, let your light shine so that men may see your good works and glorify the Father who is in heaven. And heaven is a state of mind. You're in heaven when you're in a high place, a high consciousness, and you're doing and being and having the things that you want. And you're in hell when you don't. Now, I think about the people that I've met in life. I was amazed when I started reading this book, because maybe about 10 of the people they talk about in this book, I've had experiences with them. I've met them and shared photography with them, taking pictures with them, and lived next door to them, and it goes on and on. But you know, I was thinking about that, and I was also thinking about the fact that God had put me with all of these people, but my consciousness was so low at the time that it happened that I couldn't accept the good that was brought to me. But it just amazed me when I went in this book and started reading about the people that I have met and worked with in my life. People like Ed Brooke, Muhammad Ali, S.B. Fuller, Jesse Jackson. Oh my God, it just goes on and on. I could go on and on and on because there have been so many that have been in my life trying to help me. But I wasn't ready to accept it, I don't think. Now I am, but it helped me to grow to become the woman that I am today. So I don't regret it, because when we know better, we don't always do better, but we can do better when we know better. And we ought to do better when we know better. So anyway, and that just brings me to another concept that they talk about in the chapter on desire. They say, keep company with people that you can grow to them. You know, they're on a higher level than you may be, so you can grow with them. Okay, and that's true. And you know, that's what I should have done. I didn't, but I was surrounded by greatness and didn't know it. I mean, I did, but I was too scared to do anything about it. That fear. You know, fear is our greatest enemy. It's false expectations appearing real. And that's one of the reasons why we don't get our dreams, because we're so fearful. We're afraid of failure. We're afraid of success. Oh, we're afraid of what people gonna say. Who cares what they say? Public opinion will keep you from your dream. You know, we have to make the effort. If you're going to achieve your dream, now is the time to do it. Not tomorrow or next year, or now, right here and now. You can start taking the steps to achieve your dream. And the first step is to develop a burning desire. And you can't be lazy about this. You know, the Bible talks about slothful people. They never achieve anything. You cannot be lazy. You got to get over being lazy. That's one of the things that keeps us in low self-esteem and keeps us defeated, because we're too lazy. Get up and try. And we fall down, you try again. You keep trying, you see. So, first thing we said was to write out your dream, which I know you've probably already done that. The next thing to do is to begin to speak it. You know, the power of the spoken word is mighty. In fact, the Bible talks about the power in the tongue. This little thing has great power. You see, our words can lift us up and take us out of our situation, or our words can push us down further than we already are. So the spoken word is mighty. Write out some words that you want to say about your dream. Write them out and begin to speak it. Get in front of the mirror. That's a technique. They call it the mirror technique. Stand in front of the mirror and start to say it to yourself. I am a great teacher. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. That was something that Mr. W. Clement, who was another great man that I met and worked with, served on a board with him. And he was a funny-looking little man. I mean, if you were going by how he looks, you'd have never thought he was as confident as he was. But he was one of the wealthiest men in the world, billionaire. And little tiny little man, he looked like a clown, tell you the truth. He dusted his face with powder, and he always had a little mustache, looked like it penciled in with an eyebrow pencil. But you know, I'd see him, I'd say, "How are you, Mr. Stone?" He'd say, "I'm healthy, wealthy, and wise." And he was. He was, because he had high self-esteem, and he used the very techniques that I'm teaching to you here. And he overcame poverty, he overcame fear, and he built one of the largest insurance companies in the nation and the world. And he became, in fact, he's an author of, I think, The Law of Success or Think and Grow Rich. He's one of the co-authors, or he wrote the introduction to it. That's how powerful he was. So, and speaking of Mr. Stone, I want to give you this technique to overcome fear and to overcome laziness. Mr. Stone said that when he first started out in the insurance business, he would go downtown Chicago and go into these large buildings, and there were cold calls. He didn't know who was behind those doors, but he would get scared. Sometimes he'd freeze. He said he couldn't quite get himself through that door. He was scared. He didn't know what was on the other side. But then he came up with 3 words that start to help him propel himself right on through those doors. In fact, that was one of the things that helped him to become a successful businessman. He would say to himself when he'd get there and he'd see those doors, he'd say, "Do it now, do it now, do it now," and he'd push himself right on through those doors. And you can use that same technique. I've used it myself. It'll help you overcome laziness. It'll help you overcome procrastination, which a lot of us do when we don't want it, we're scared of something. It'll help you overcome fear. But when you use it, here's what I've learned. When you use do it now, do it. Don't use it and don't do it, because it'll lose its power. When you say it, do it now. Do it right then and there. And you will be amazed at how this self-help technique will propel you toward your dreams. Do it now. In building a burning desire under your dream, there's another self-help technique that I just recently learned that's so powerful, and I want to pass it on to you. I want you to sit down and ask yourself 4 questions. And as you ask yourself those questions, dig deep down into yourself. And the questions are, why do I want this dream? Well, I want my dream because I know that I can help a lot of people with it. The second question is, why? Why do you want to help a lot of people, Sister Joy? Because I know that if I can help a lot of people, it will help to elevate my people and all people. It'll help them to serve other people. But third question, but why do you want to help them to help other people? Well, I want to help them to serve other people, because in serving other people, I will also earn money, and that money substance will help me to be of service to more people. And the fourth question is, why? Why do you want more money? I want more money because I want to be able to leave this world knowing that I have been of service to a lot of people. And I know that money is God in action, because money, when you have a lot of money, you can be working in hospitals, helping people to get well, or it can be working in nursing homes, or building schools, and there's so many things that I could do with it that would help other people. And when I'm gone, I know that I will have done all that I could do to be of service. So these are the 4 questions I want you to ask yourself to develop your burning desire. Why do I want it? Why? 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 and write it out. Don't do superficial. Just sit down and write it out and really delve deep into your reasoning to see exactly why you want to develop this dream. And it will help to increase your burning desire. Now, in developing a burning desire, I want to read something from Think and Grow Rich. Actually, this is from the book Secret of the Ages, which is another great book you ought to have on your bookshelf, and I'm going to leave some links for you. But Robert Collier is the author, and here's what he said in talking about desire. Unless you want a certain thing the worst way, and manifest that desire in the shape of a strong, impelling force, you will have no will with which to accomplish anything. You must not only want to do a thing or to possess a thing, but you must want to hard. You must want it as the hungry man wants bread, as the choking man wants air. And if you will but arouse in yourself this fierce, ardent, insatiable desire, you will set in operation one of nature's most potent mental forces. Wow, isn't that the truth? Because until you make it a burning desire, you won't achieve it. So the first step, I'll give you some more keys here. The first step is to set about creating a burning desire within yourself for your goal, your dream, or your achievement. You must see it, feel it, speak it, and be it. And the more you see it, speak it, feel it, and begin to act it out through action, the more quickly it will begin to come into manifestation until you achieve success. Oh, my beloved brothers and sisters, I want to tell you a story. It's my own true story and experience I had recently that has catapulted my interest and desire and burning desire to bring these self-help techniques to you, to uplift your consciousness and restore your self-esteem. About 3 weeks ago, I was in a grocery store in my neighborhood. And when I came out of the store, I saw something that just touched my heart. I saw a man, a brother, sitting there with his child. I don't know if it was his son or his grandson because he was an older man, but they both were begging. He was teaching, he was begging, and he was teaching his grandchild to beg. We are better than this. We have to be better than this. I made a promise that from that day on till now, I will do everything I can to help you to get your mind up, raise your thoughts, Get your thoughts up, because you have the power of God in you, and you can do anything you set your mind to. And like the National Negro College Fund says, a mind is a terrible, terrible thing to waste. A word to the wise is